Manchester City are once again showing the world why they remain one of the most forward-thinking and proactive clubs in world football. Reports have emerged that City have opened talks with Newcastle United over the potential signing of right-back Tino Livramento, a move that could have far-reaching implications for both clubs and the England international himself. With Pep Guardiola's side always looking to strengthen, this interest in Livramento signals a continued effort to inject youthful energy, depth, and tactical flexibility into the squad. But why Livramento? Why now? And what does it mean for City's existing right-back options like Kyle Walker and Rico Lewis? This in-depth article unpacks the story behind Manchester City's interest, the player's journey, Newcastle's position, and what it means for the Premier League champions' evolving blueprint. Tino Livramento, a talent reborn. Valentino Tino. Livramento was once heralded as the next big thing at Chelsea's academy, a dynamic, attacking fullback with the ability to burst past players, deliver accurate crosses, and recover defensively with pace. Livramento had everything needed to become a Premier League star. However, after finding his path to the first team at Chelsea blocked, he moved to Southampton in 2021, where he impressed immediately with his mature performances. His progress, unfortunately, was halted by a devastating ACL injury in April 2022, which kept him sidelined for over a year. Following his recovery, Newcastle United moved quickly to secure his services in 2023 for around $32 million. Under Eddie Howe, he showed flashes of brilliance, particularly in cup competitions and when rotated with Kieran Trippier. Now 22, Livramento is fully fit, highly rated by analysts, and considered a long-term option for England. Guardiola sees in him not just a traditional fullback, but a versatile weapon capable of playing multiple roles in his system. A key reason behind City's recent approach. Manchester City's current right-back picture. At present, Manchester City boasts an intriguing depth chart at right-back. Kyle Walker. The veteran is still vital in big games, but turns 35 this season and is entering the twilight of his career. Rico Lewis, a Guardiola favorite who plays more as an inverted fullback, joining midfield during build-up phases. João Cancelo, returning from his loan spell at Barcelona, but likely to leave permanently this summer. Yan Couto, on loan at Girona last season, but his future at the club remains uncertain. City's interest in Livramento suggests they are looking for a long-term successor to Walker, while adding more traditional width and defensive resilience than Lewis or Cancelo can offer. Livramento is not only Premier League proven, but he also fits the homegrown quota, a key consideration post-Brexit. Tactical fit under Guardiola. What makes Livramento such an appealing option for Guardiola? 1. Ball progression. Tino is adept at driving forward with the ball and can break lines with his dribbling and passing, a crucial trait in City's attacking structure. 2. Defensive solidity. Unlike Cancelo, Livramento is defensively disciplined. He thrives in 1v1 situations and has the positional intelligence to read threats early. 3. Versatility. He has played on both flanks and even as a wingback. Guardiola's tactical tinkering often requires such flexibility. 4. Inverted role potential. While Livramento has not played frequently as an inverted fullback, his technical ability suggests he could adapt to that function with the right coaching. 5. Youth and growth potential. At 22, he fits the age profile of City's recent youth-focused signings, such as Josko Gvardiol, Jeremy Doku, and Matheus Nunes. Transfer talks. Begin. Newcastle's dilemma. Newcastle United are not eager to sell. Tino Livramento is viewed as one of the club's prized assets, especially with Kieran Trippier entering his final years at the top level. Eddie Howe values Livramento's athleticism and ability to carry the ball from deep, and he's earmarked for a bigger role this season. However, Newcastle are under pressure to comply with the Premier League's Profit and Sustainability Rules, PSR. With the Magpies recently turning down bids for key players like Bruno Guimaraes and Alexander Isak, they may need to sanction the sale of a valuable but non-essential player to balance the books. City's interest has been described as serious, with initial talks already underway between intermediaries. While no formal bid has yet been submitted, it's expected that a fee north of $45 million would be needed to tempt Newcastle. Player perspective. Livramento open to move sources? Close to the player indicate that Tino Livramento is open to the move, even though he remains grateful to Newcastle for reigniting his career post-injury. The opportunity to work under Guardiola, compete for major trophies, and develop at one of Europe's elite clubs is naturally enticing. His inclusion in England's provisional squad for recent international fixtures has also boosted his stock. Livramento is aware that playing regularly at the highest level could cement his place in future England tournaments, and Manchester City can provide that platform. City's summer transfer strategy. The pursuit of Livramento aligns with a broader strategy at Manchester City this summer. Having already invested heavily in young, high-upside talent, City are targeting one right-back, a backup goalkeeper, following Ortega's uncertain future, a possible winger, depending on outgoings. Livramento ticks multiple boxes, and if City managed to sell Cancelo and possibly offload Kyle Walker to Saudi Arabia or the MLS, the path would be clear for Livramento to become the club's starting right-back. What could the deal look like? A potential structure of the deal could involve initial fee, $40–45 million add-ons, up to $10 million based on appearances, trophies, and international caps. Sell-on clause, Newcastle may insist on a 15–20% clause for future transfers. Performance bonuses, based on team achievements such as Premier League and Champions League success. City may also consider player swap deals or loan options to sweeten the package, with fringe players like Sergio Gomez or Calvin Phillips potentially being discussed. Impact on squad hierarchy. If the move goes through, Livramento's arrival could reshape City's backline. Short-term rotation. He could be rotated with Rico Lewis initially. Medium-term starter. As Kyle Walker steps back, Livramento could take over the mantle in high-stakes games. Long-term vision. He would be groomed to become the next-generation leader of City's defense. This also means increased competition and possibly less game time for Lewis, unless Guardiola envisions a hybrid midfield role for the 19-year-old. The Newcastle view, strength or setback. Selling Livramento would be a double-edged sword for Newcastle. On one hand, it would bring in valuable funds and help meet PSR requirements. On the other, it weakens their squad depth, especially with Trippier aging and the club competing in Europe again. The Magpies are already being linked with replacements such as Ben Johnson, West Ham, available on a free Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Man United, a potential cut-price option, Thiago Santos, Lille, a younger, cheaper version with high upside. Eddie Howe would insist on a quick replacement should Livramento depart, especially before the Premier League campaign begins. Fan reactions. Mixed emotions. City fans are generally excited. The move is seen as smart business, adding a Premier League-proven player with potential to be world-class. His injury record, however, is a slight concern for some. Newcastle fans, understandably, are more skeptical. Many feel that Livramento is a player for the future and should not be sold at this stage, unless the fee is too good to refuse. Conclusion: a transfer that makes sense. Manchester City's move for Tino Livramento is not just about squad depth, it's about future-proofing a key position. With Pep Guardiola entering what could be his final seasons at the club, he wants to leave a sustainable system and squad behind. And Livramento fits that vision perfectly. For Livramento, the move represents a major step in his redemption arc, from injury heartbreak to potentially lifting silverware at the Etihad. For Newcastle, it's a financial puzzle to solve. And for City, it could be another example of elite-level recruitment paying dividends in the long term. Expect more developments in the coming weeks as talks progress. This story is far from over.